Go.
Hello. Wait, was it on one
Wait,
or
no, no, no,
go?
no. Wait,
Hello,
what?
hello.
It's all scuffed. Don't
Welcome
worry.
back to the
And I'll get
Triforce
my
Tactics
video going.
podcast. It's episode 15. We're joined today by Caspar. If you just want to say hi real quick, Casper.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Casper, and yeah, I'm famous for Degen ReRoll com, so I'm here. Thanks
Hell
for waiting,
yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so, as usual, I'm Spicy Appies. I'm joined by my co-host Kevin.
That's
I'm
right.
Kev.
That's
And
us.
we've had some technical difficulties, so I apologize for the weird opener.
OBS
Anyone
is
who watched this on
actually popping off right now, all over my face.
anyone who's watching on Twitch is understand what's going on, but anyone who's just listener or anything, it has been a rocky start to this episode, but we are quickly
Video
recovering.
is so
Side note:
difficult.
Jirachi has another concert this week. The trumpet has taken them away from us the trombone is taking them
Trombone.
away from us once more. So, uh, if you see a trombone, make sure to give it a firm smack because it took Jirachi from us.
Right,
But
for those that are watching, catch this sick transition. Oh my god.
did it work?
I got my video back. It's
Hey,
great. I got
Kevin's back.
everybody.
Kevin was not
Oh
on the
shit,
stream
yo.
for any Spotify etc. listeners. Welcome back. We're here, episode 15. Fuck yeah! I can't believe we made it 15 weeks. I can't. Not with this. Regardless, so generally we just start out, talking about how our weeks were, how life's going. My week has been going great. I changed my stream schedule this week, so I now have been streaming 8 hours Monday through Friday, and then I don't stream on Saturday, and it has been peepo pog. I just like not having to stream Saturday feels pretty good, and then the 8 hours I think are a lot more manageable than I thought they were gonna be because I had an 8 hour schedule before, like way back in the day, and it just like
Mhm.
it wasn't really it, but my endurance has gone up. I've leveled up a bit. My stamina's there. I have
An
like
all-time
the
high.
green bar goes down a little slower. Like I'm the Skyrim guy. Um, but yeah. Oh, I want to talk about this a little more later, but the Urgot thing I talked about a lot. I did it this week. The Arcanist Spat
hmm
Urgot Spellblade. I did it. We're gonna
I
talk
saw that
about
it was
it.
a top. Oh, no spoilers. No
Yeah, no
spoilers. I
spoil. No,
won't
no,
say how
no.
the
What
Yeah,
top,
the
it was
fuck?
what
a
kind of
top
top
eight.
it
It was a
was.
top eight.
It was a top
Arcanist
8.
Urgot? You just said what?
The
Yeah, yeah,
Spellblade.
yeah.
Spellblade
Well,
Arcanist
yeah.
Spat Urgot.
Yeah, it's Spellblade, Arkansas. So every single tick of his thing applies like the percent of their AP magic damage on hit. So he just does a ton of. I'll talk about it when we talk about the patch notes because Spellblade's actually getting changed. But
It kind of
I had
reminds
a
me of
fun week.
Bulldozer. You know how like
Yeah,
with Pantheon, like the takes applied magic damage from Varus. It's
yeah,
like,
it's just like
but
that.
with Urgot
Oh shit, that's
and just
crazy.
his ult.
It's so
Oh
fun.
my
It's so
god.
fun. Um. Anyways,
Oh,
no spoilers. I'll we can get back to that. My week's been good. I've been loving life, living large, living like Larry. How's your week been, Kevin?
That's great. I started streaming again on Wednesday. Turned
Sheesh.
sub only mode on to weed out all of the backseaters. You
Yeah.
know,
Fuck backseaters.
it's kind of fun. And then I ran it down 300 LP yesterday. But we learned a lot. You know, I finally figured out how to play Kog'Maw reroll well. It's
oh really?
yeah.
I didn't watch your video to learn then.
Like
Yeah, I have no idea how
it's
to play that
crazy though,
either.
because like sometimes you have to do something different, like because mutant changes, right? Mutant
Wait, it does?
changes every well, like yeah, come on now. But like
Okay.
you have to sort of like play around the fact that mutant is different every game. So like I had one game where it was Cyber's Kog'Maw, right? So for Cyber's Kog'Maw, I had like Hurricane IE on Kog'Maw, five mutants. Cause
Oh,
Cyber's is
AD
like
Kalmar.
yeah, AD
Mhm.
Kog'Maw, because he has so much, like that entire board has so much base stats, right? Because it's like 600 health plus 60 AD, right? So you don't
Yeah, that's a
really
lot.
need like you want to make the best out of that. Like Hurricane being nice there, and then like if you're playing like the adrenal glands. I just had three
Mhm.
shivs spread across the board. I had a Shiv on my Kassadin. It was fantastic.
Hell yeah. I need to interject real quick. Speaking of synergizing your items to your augments and stuff well, and as well as like people being troll and chat and stuff. I told Kevin this already. So there was one of my games today. I took GS from my Yone, right? I'm running 6 Academy Yone. I took GS off Carousel, right? And I didn't have a GA, but I didn't need GA because I had the bodyguard augment that gives your like whatever sits behind it more stats, and like I had a bunch
And
of
behind
triggers.
me.
Yeah,
right?
stand behind me. And there like my Yone wasn't dying any rounds. He just wasn't doing enough damage, right? So I take GS, and we get to a few like maybe a stage later, and this guy in chat who just died is like, Appies, why did you grief my bow instead of taking chain for your Yone for GA? GS doesn't even scale on your board. And I there's so much to dissect there. I feel there's so much to dissect with that comment.
GS doesn't even scale.
GS doesn't. That's the. I guess we'll talk about that. The GS doesn't even scale comment. So I don't know if I'm thinking what they didn't realize. One, also it was like a reroll lobby. GS was really good, right? There's like a bunch of stuff over 1800, but I think they must have thought that like maybe GS gives you extra damage based on your max HP or something, and that's why they were like,
No way.
Like, I don't know how.
There's no way.
I just don't know how.
Elo lobby, right?
Yeah,
There's no
I don't
way.
know how that could have been. I just don't know how they got to the conclusion. One, that GS doesn't scale on my board because I had 6 Academy, so I had base stats out the ass. And two, like don't backseat me in the middle of the game that I just outplaced you. I don't know. It was just weird. It was interesting. It was an interesting comment, and yeah. Well, we'll move on. How was your week then, Caspar? I keep saying Caspar. You even know Caspar or
sure.
Casper?
Casper, the friendly ghost, right?
Oh boy, I run down lots of LP, but I'm having fun right now. Like I was originally trying to sweat for like the snapshot and stuff, but this patch is just like the first week Katarina when everybody learned about this shit that I fucking bring from fucking China. Like after this shit, like because Peacock like in social stream, everybody found out about this shit. So I just fucking gave up. Like I think lots of people gave up too, like Kageros.
Yes.
So
That's
like
right.
we just I just play for fun right now mostly. Like if you look at my LO chats, I play lots like just play last 2 games like Assassin Galio. Like
Wait,
I
that's
don't
good
know.
though. No, Assassin
And
Galio sounds good as hell.
Fight carry and some other dumb stuff, but it's all fun. It's all fun. I'm excited for next patch. This patch right now is it's not that good, but I feel like everybody like in general in the TFT improve a lot. Like cause we used not to play stage 3. We all like fucking econ until like stage 4 and roll, right? But now everybody starts playing stage 3. So I feel like it's really good to everybody. I feel like everyone, all the challenger, GM, just in general, like all the TFT player improve a lot in this patch.
Yeah, well, I think when Cat hits you for 20 if you don't roll on stage 3, I feel like it kind of forced everyone to get better at the game.
The thing is, even if you roll on stage 3, you still lose to Cat. I had an MF2, and I full clumped backline. And this fucking Katarina unit just comes in and murks my entire team. Katarina is a 2 cost. MF is a 3 cost.
You know what?
I had
the real
Sniper's
comparison.
Nest.
The real comparison is that Katarina's a 2 cost, Shaco is a 3 cost.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Like that's insane. That's fucking
Katarina
crazy.
is a 2 cost. Ergon is a 4 cost. What?
We'll get into it. For
I'm
now,
excited next patch though when they just nerf Katarina, buff Shaco. Shaco is actually pretty fun. The Syndicate reroll comp.
Yeah, I like Shaco. Like I think
yeah,
Shaco is
that
great.
comp is so fun.
Cause
Yeah, it's
Shaco
fun.
isn't really like straight up burst damage, you know, or like it is, but it's not like AOE random targeting
he's
bullshit, you know.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
balanced. It's not some stupid unbalanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played him much, since the targeting bug got put in, but is he? I imagine that could be really bad if he just ults and then hits someone else, and then just keeps
Yeah. I
switching
mean,
aggro.
targeting bug is okay. I had a game today. I was playing Jinx 2 into Trundle board, right? I was living large with Jinx 2, and Jinx ults into the team. Trundle's hitting my front line. Targeted bugs on the front line, turns around and fucking kills my Jinx. Like what?
I had a game like that where I was carrying Jinx too, and then Alessandra turned around and ulted her.
Yeah,
and she
like
just fucking popped.
it's like some of the units feel so bad with the targeting bug. It's
Oh yeah, they need to like fix out this like next patch. They better
Yeah.
do this.
They
Like
better
especially
fix
like
it.
all
It's
this stuff. It just pissed me off. Like it's like it made me like I don't want to spend time in this game. Like
Yeah.
sweating
Yeah.
for snapshot because of this shit. Like yep.
Yeah.
like prismatic augments. Also, please do something about. I had two games straight up. Okay, I started prismatic. It was like socialite, enforcer, and like some other random like. It was 3 traits. I had to take socialite, and I played Kog'Maw. I played 3 socialite Kog'Maw with no socialite units on the board. And that was my board.
Shit. Just pay down the augment. You know what? I
Not
saw
bad.
Solus take on guard one game in stage 2, early game.
Mhm.
Then he played Katarina. And he's still
Oh
in top
my
4.
God.
I think he got third that game. Like, it's just.
Oh my god.
On guard so broken you cannot even play a challenger and still win.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
on guard,
we
yeah,
will,
definitely need nerf. So as calculate loss, they are not silver armor for sure. Like,
No, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll get into comps and what's broken and what's not in a minute here. But first, Casper, if you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself, like your history with TFT and whatnot.
Oh yeah. So I started playing this game February this year. Start in step 4.5, and originally because of my friend. One of my friends is like Diamond or something, and I always like the strategy game. Like I play a lot of strategy game like Fire Emblem. What else? Like Pokemon. Just in general, I like all these AS Attorney, all this game a lot, and I get into TFT and I get addicted. I start playing like 4 hours a day, then to 6 hours, then 8 hours straight climbs.
Yeah.
Sub Plus, Sub Diamond. I've been there. Master Seal LP, not playing the game, playing my Smurf instead. I've been all there, if you guys. And yeah. Then I think after like 3 months, 4 months, in set 5, make to Challenger the first time, and I get to like snipe like people and stuff. I feel like I know you people do before me, but I also people tell me like they inspire from me from sniping streamer. So like I snipe like people like Soju, Solus, and like people get to know me. I get involved in Twitch a lot in chat, and yeah. And I think the last set 5.5 is my breakout set because the clutch, especially like the chop bug. I make some guy in Reddit, and yeah, people start to know me, and yeah, I feel like right now I kind of want to probably work on my stream. I didn't stream for like last couple weeks because this patch, and trying to be a top 10 player in the future. Right now, I feel like I'm top 30 for sure, maybe top 20, but I want to be made to like top 10, top 5, and even more. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. I think so I think a lot of people know you from you started in set 4.5, you rose up pretty quickly, and then last set 5.5 especially, people really started to know you as I was gonna lead into our next question, the ReRoller, like the Degen player, as you mentioned. I remember you were playing a lot of like Kha'Zix.
There were 3 comps, right? I remember it was like Kha'Zix, Kled, and Set.
Yeah.
History, right?
And you would I think your master at one point was like just like not a bot for at least 20 games, just like one of those comps every single game.
Yeah,
which was
that's
so
because
impressive.
everybody was playing strongest board. They playing full cost carry. They playing like Lucian, Aphelios, like Talcos and stuff. I'm the only Degen player. Like most of the time, even in this set, in the beginning of the set, I'm the only Degen player. And then like right now, this patch, so many Degen just arise. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's so many DJs.
Yeah,
Like, there are people I see in Challenger, and I was like, I've never seen this person's name before, and I know their account one trick because I see them in all of these games and on all of these streams, and they're always playing cat, and I'm like, are you Challenger? No!
you know it's a bad patch when even Casper can't doesn't want to DJ because there's so many DJs. It's just like there's just too overwhelming, right?
And it's sad
So
because like Cled Bundy, for example, you know, I think Cled Bundy is like a really good Sin player, and he
Yeah.
doesn't hard force cat like these people do, right? He plays like all of the other Sin comps, and he's like lower rank when than these people that are just hard forcing cat every game.
wait,
Yeah.
I was definitely in a lobby with him like a week ago. I had like a good cat opener, so I was thinking playing cat, and he just hard forced it. Like he just open forward into it, like off of.
Oh yeah, I
like,
mean he
off
will
rip.
open for it. He's gonna open for it into a Sin comp, that's for sure. It's just a matter of what Sin comp it is.
Oh, I
Yeah,
actually
okay.
played with Clap Bundy before the Katarina comp get popular, and he even add me after the game, cause we get like first and second. We like nobody know about the Katarina comp before that, and I was playing Clap, he was playing probably like Shitco or something, and we talk about it like after too. It's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, he's so good at playing Zins.
yeah, he's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a tear with the LeBlanc thing, right? As Set 5 came out.
no, blah. Oh
Remember?
Oh yeah,
okay.
me
Remember
seen in
that?
the Challenger series, me seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
real question is, what's worse, Blue Buff LeBlanc or Katarina?
Oh wow, this one's rough.
You know, I feel like I hated LeBlanc less because without the Shadow Blue, it didn't feel that. I mean, it felt bad, but it didn't feel as bad in my opinion. Cat is just so annoying. I don't
Or
know.
Zenit, the triumvirate of
Yeah,
cancerous
that
two cost.
two constant jumpers. Yeah. So Casper, as a person who has historically loved reroll comps, loved this degen style, what do you think there's anything in particular that has drawn you to that? Like that had drawn you to that? Because I know now you're not playing as much this patch. You're not playing as much like degen stuff this patch, this set. But was there something that like about the reroll comps, the Katarina, not the Katarinas, but the Kazakhs, the sets, the Kledges of the world that like really drew you to them? You think?
Because first of all, like I stopped playing real combat because I was trolling because I was watching Kerm and Kieran's stream. I sniped him and I saw the reroll Greg's com by Frothy in Kerm's stream. I thought it's really funny. I started like playing troll com when I snipe people because I don't care about my LP back then. I was challenger, but I just when I snipe I was just trying to play some com that's Wooch, like I play for fun. And that's the original start, but I stopped 2020 because I was playing the strongest board and with other people as well, but sometimes you get really shitty opener. Like no matter what you do, it's like there's like nothing you can do. Like you keep losing. You're trying to play strongest board, but you can't slam all the item. So I realized you need to find out a different way to play the game. I start to open forward and just rerolls to some 3-star 1 cost 2 cost. I realized it's really strong. I play in my Smurf a lot. Like play lots of comp for fun. I realized some of these comp are really viable. So like the Nocturne comp, I know people played before that, but I probably the first in NA to spamming that shit in Nocturne in Sapphire 5 the regional. And yeah, I feel like it's like sometimes you have a lower opener. It's like you shouldn't just play strongest board. You should just like open and find some reroll com, and this is your way out instead of trying to compete with other with a good opener. Yeah.
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 I totally get that. I feel like it's such a trap sometimes for I mean even high challenger players it happens sometimes where like they just don't want to play like an open four but like they have an opener that's like not great isn't really going anywhere but they don't want to just like open they don't want to open four they don't want to like give up strongest board and it is the right option sometimes like sometimes it's just so much more consistent to just not force like a strongest board that isn't going to kill anything more than like putting no units on your board. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean some like there are a lot of high challengers that just don't reroll at all. It's like why not? Why not reroll Trundle or Katarina?
Oh yeah. Wait, did you say it on podcast, Kevin, or off podcast that you just started Cloak like a billion games in a row?
Oh
and
yeah,
just
I
played
mean
Trundle
it
most
was
of
it was leaked. Yeah, but like I start Cloak and I go Cloak, Sword Glove, Trundle.
The
And
Jax
then
2.0.
somebody's contesting. I played Trundle 2 until the end of the game and I top 4.
What?
Dude, okay. I was playing a board yesterday, right? It was a prismatic opener. I got triple loaded dice. I used all of them on level 3. I had 3-star Darius, 3-star TF like instantly, right? I had like blue buff JG IE 3-star TF and like Bramble Darius. I lost to a Trundle 2 board with good positioning. It just fucking killed my whole board. Yeah, the Trundle 2 just killed my whole board.
My guy's gonna walk up and he's gonna steal all of your stats and his Hurricane is gonna kill you in the back line.
It's like he's like a little fucking bastion of Runan's procs, you know? Like he's stuck on the front line of the whole round, but then like the Runan's procs just kill the whole rest of your board.
It's like you have Trundle and then you think about Urgot and you're like, I'm just gonna shit on Urgot like repeatedly, like
yeah, for sure.
This Urgot unit sometimes he pops off, not pops off. Sometimes Jinx and Tom Kinch pop off, and Urgot is there just doing his thing. But when you only have Urgot, a lot of the times it's just like
we'll divulge the secret tech of Spellblade Urgot in a little bit. That's the definitive way to play that unit.
That's how
maybe
you can
the
play
strongest
Urgot.
comp in the game. Maybe the strongest comp in the game.
You shouldn't try to rely on his base stats because he has none.
Yeah. We'll get there though. We'll get there. So, Casper, I know. Right, we talked about that. Right now, you aren't really playing reroll comps. It is a very reroll heavy meta. Because Cat, Trundle, etc. Like you can reroll basically anything.
There's a whole bunch of them popping up now.
Yeah.
There's like Cat, there's Trundle, there's Warwick, there's Protector reroll right now. I played a game with 3-star Rat today. I started Socialite Prismatic, by the way. It was awful. It was awful. But I got top 3. I beat out a Cat player with Rat 3.
Not bad. Brad Jam.
It's pretty dope. There's what else is there? I feel like there's so many more that I'm missing.
I mean, you can play Syndicate reroll too if you're in like a really high roll spot. Like TF3 Darius are strong for a while. There's so much that could be good.
Anything besides Ezreal reroll. I've been telling my chat this. Don't play Ezreal reroll. That unit is so bad.
And the 3-star one gets like, I think what the 3-star Ez gets is at 1-star. He gets the base AD obviously, but I think at 1-star he does like 25 extra damage with his ult, like on extra on hit. And the only thing that scales is that on hit damage, and it goes up to like 70. 3-star. So it's like such a tiny little part of his DPS that increases. It's just not worth it. You get innovator stats, obviously. Like your innovation gets a little bit stronger.
Yeah, the innovator maybe, but like,
Yeah. The time you're spending down there rerolling Ezreal is just better spent on literally anything else.
Don't get me wrong, Ezreal is a good unit, but it's not because Ezreal is a good unit. It's because the items that you can put on him are good items. Like Shiv and Hurricane, those two big ones.
Oh, yeah.
That's flat damage. It's not because Ezreal is popping off, it's because Ezreal is applying Shiv or he's applying Hurricane.
Or you know how they said that Scrap was not going to roll useless items anymore? Every time I roll Morello's Ez, I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. He applies Morello's to everything. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it must be good because Scrap can roll it on him. For anything, spoiler alert,
mad grief.
He doesn't do AP damage and he can't spread Morello's for anyone in chat who did not realize that. Don't put Morello's on your Ezreal. It doesn't work.
I feel like out of all of the Scrap units, like Echo has to be like the highest value for any
Oh
item.
yeah.
Oh
You know,
yeah, Echo is so broken.
you cannot get a bad item on Echo, and that unit is actually insane.
Yeah.
The you know the ult like the AD. So if you give him AP as well, the not only does the damage scale off AP, but the attack speed steroid
Mm-hmm.
for your team scales off AP. So it's
Mm-hmm.
insane. It's fucking crazy how much AP gets value on like Echo 3's base is like what like 75ish I think attack speed or something
It
for your
was
team.
more before the nerf. It was
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
100
it's
something,
insane.
125.
Like a Rabadon's on that guy, he gives your team like fucking Legionnaire, like 6 Legionnaire. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Like
Yeah.
that 3-star Echo is like one of the big win cons for like if you're playing Trundle. Because like
Mhm.
you get 3-star Echo with a Trundle, you don't even have any attack speed, but like any attack speed multipliers, like you don't have Rage Blade. I think Rage Blade on that comp is actually worthless, by the way.
I can see
But
it.
he just
Yeah, you
it
broke
is
Runa for
basically
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. So the question I was getting at though, where you don't play mini reroll comps right now, but it is a very reroll heavy meta. Do you think that you are a fan of like when the like it is very meta to reroll, or do you prefer when it's kind of more of a woke J take to reroll every game kind of thing?
Um, this one question kind of hard. I prefer not getting contested. That's all I care.
That's fair.
Yeah, I want a game in a good state. Both reroll com and push level are viable. Like that gotta be some sort of balance. The best, you know. Yeah, right now definitely these patches reroll heavy. Like there's so much reroll com. I feel like late game, like lots of late game, like you saw like the reroll com win the lobby. Like unless you like somebody hit like a miracle 2-star 5 cost, like a 2-star victor or something.
Or like a dragon.
Jack Chase, a Chase type of innovator.
Yeah. That dragon is so fucking obnoxious.
I feel like if you're playing like a 2-star 4 cost, you can't win the lobby unless you have like Yone with 8 challengers.
Like yeah, even that Yone, I feel like in a certain lobby.
Yeah, certain
He can be
lobbies it's
so
supposed to be-
bad.
Yeah, like
Oh
you
my
know
God.
QS into a list. They're playing like the like somebody's playing Scholar with Morello list in frontline, and you don't have QS. That's also like you probably can't
He just
compete.
has so much trouble killing shit. Just like in like if you play like an academy board with him, he will get stuck in everything. He doesn't. I don't know. It feels so bad sometimes. I played like Academy Yone a couple times today, just testing the waters a bit, and it's so
No, no,
fucking bad.
no,
It's
no, no,
so
no,
fucking
no.
bad, man.
Oh, ah.
Oh my God! You just like you see him walk up, he gets hit by like 2 stray bullets and dies, and or, like he doesn't kill anything either, or like he it's
Yeah.
just like him left versus everyone, and he gets CC'd and fucking dies, or like even if you have like QS or whatever, he just doesn't do any fucking damage. So it's 6 challenger or bust. It really is 6 to 8 challenger or bust
Yeah.
if you want to play Yone.
That com is kind of bad also. I feel like it's like Katarina is so easy.
Yeah, you
I
just
feel
stack
like
challengers, Braum, Leona, done.
Yep.
Nothing else.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. This isn't really a woke take, but Quinn is the only reason that comp works, right? Quinn is so fucking broken.
Yeah.
Quinn is just like keeps your whole front line alive forever
Mhm.
in 6 challenger.
Like,
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, if people come together that just AoE like do a unit at a time, the
Like,
back line.
Yeah.
If
When
you have
the
like
whole
Quinn Braum, it's really good stall. It's like
Yeah.
so good for the stall.
Because the whole point of the comp is to end the fight as quickly as possible, right? You have like they kill one unit and then they just steamroll the board. And when a fight is like 8 seconds long and Quinn CCs for like 2.5 seconds, like sees the backline for 2.5 seconds, they can't play the game for like their backline can't play the game for half the fight almost,
Mhm.
right? A third of the fight. It's a little ridiculous that it's just like this massive AoE disorder.
The one thing is that board does hard lose to Trundle. Basically,
yeah.
everything hard loses to Trundle.
Trundle's so
Like,
good. He
because
just
like
looks at him, just
you
talks
have
to
a
the AD,
QS on
and
Trundle, you don't get CC'd, you steal all of the. I mean, basically, the Yone doesn't get to play the game, and it's just it's veg.
yeah.
It's huge.
This is a random question. I don't know. So Casper, you didn't play when Sword Breaker was an item, but so Cloak Chain used to actually be an item called Sword Breaker that disarm. I think was it a cooldown disarm? It was like a percent chance to
It was
disarm.
a percent chance disarm. It was
Do you
like
think that would be good right now? It just made like so you had a percent chance to disarm on your autos. So Gargoyle didn't exist. It was
don't let that be in the game.
yeah.
Don't
That
let
sounds like
be in
it'd
the
be
game.
so ridiculously stupid.
Think about it like this, right? Runan's Swordbreaker Hush Urgot. Oh, it doesn't apply on hits though, so it might
Yeah, it
not
wouldn't fly
be
on
that bad.
Runans, but it would be pretty fucking good on Argot. But the problem is, like, if it's in the game, then Gargoyles is out of the game. It's so much healthier to have that out of the game. But that's just a side note, because I saw Flash in chat said something about Swordbreaker. Yeah, Swordbreaker Blasters was a thing. It wasn't a great thing, but if you had a belt and a chain, or a cloak and a chain, you send it sometimes. It wasn't bad. It was like when it was red buff instead of Sunfire, so it just applied on autos. Like red buff Swordbreaker on your blasters, you were chilling.
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of. Not really. You're like, I don't know, you're kind of fucked. Depending. So Casper, there's been a lot of talk about how augments affect the like competitive integrity of the game or the competitive like I guess how competitive the game can be and whatnot. And as someone who historically has like forced a couple comps at certain points, um, how do you feel augments affect the ability to like force a comp, like force like one or two comps, particularly like a reroll comp kind of thing? Do you think it's uh, very debilitating? Do you think like they're flexible enough where you can play around them in general? Like it's fine regardless. I mean, I'm curious what your take is on that because it's definitely a hotly debated thing between degens.
I mean, it's still viable. It's just look at this patch. You can see Almond doesn't really matter. You just take the flag.
Mhm.
You can still play 2020 degen, but if you hire an Almond that's good for a degen like the assassin one or like on guard or whatever, it definitely help a lot. But in general, you just take there are lots of Almond. They're good. Like beside the broken one, like you can still take the flax one. I don't think it matter that much. Like just look at this patch. So I think it's fine. Like, but
Yeah,
I really hope they ban some of these almond.
yeah.
I can't wait for them to give you the units with the trade augments.
Oh my
That's
god.
like
Imagine two Arcanists with Evex on one floor. You get two of the Prismatic Arcanists. You just get given
Yeah.
Evex. Oh my god.
All I'm saying is every time I get this dumb socialite augment, I mean, it's what like think about starting with two socialites with the socialite augment. That's like a big spike. And it makes up for the fact that half of the time the socialite hex is like all the way in the in the front of the board, and you get mad griefed.
Yeah, it's. Oh, speaking of socialite in front of the board, I played. This is totally a separate point, but I played Clapio for the first time yesterday. That shit is so fun.
It's
so fun.
When you get it to work. That's the ultimate comp. That's actually the ultimate comp.
Oh yeah. I accidentally so there's this thing with Colossus units where if you try to replace a unit on the board with your Colossus unit, it doesn't it just like goes back to your bench and says like you need 2 spots. So I was trying to put I had a Galio pair in level 8. I was trying to put one of them in. I went to sell the unit that I was replacing it with, but I didn't have it from the board, so the Galio just popped back as I was hitting the E key, and I sold my Galio pair. And I was so sad. Oh my god, I was sad. Yeah. But there's a lot of fun comps like Clapio. And so anyone who's been complaining or was worried that any DJs out there who are worried that they can't force their 6-year-old comp every game because augments make it difficult, or anyone who played the same thing every single game in 5.5 and is like, oh no, set 6 is ruined for me. I'm not gonna play the game because
I can't play Vel'Koz 2020 anymore. Oh no!
Hear from the master himself that it doesn't matter. You can play it. You can force it. It works.
When Raditz was 2020 in CAD, you can just look at his matches. Just look at it. Look at it.
I mean, look at Solus too. Like, oh
yes.
god.
Is Solus 2020 cat right now?
Just look. He has 2 account top 10. He saw 40
I'm gonna look.
Katarina. It's like crazy. Like,
Flawless.
dude, like you just ruin the game. You ruin the fun of the game. Like I don't know how they can do that. Like is that be that important? Like you're not going to snapshot. Are you really just? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's
Yeah.
Cat is just strong. It's bound to happen, and her
So
items are like mad flexible. So it's like
you don't have to move the position at all. You can just buy the unit in your shop every turn. That's all you do. You just go eat, go do something else.
Yeah, it's insane how Cat just gets to jump around and stuff. He's Solus is 13 out of 20 Katarina.
oh
So,
snap!
Oh shit!
it looks like
We
he's
got
playing some other stuff
flexible
now.
gamer over here.
Yeah.
Wait, how many of those non-cat games where I am? I want to know.
You know what? He's playing every other game. He's not playing Cat.
Yone?
Guess. I give you one guess. No. Okay.
Probably
Okay. Well, you just
Samira,
guessed. It's just Vex.
Oh,
Vex.
Yeah, it's just Vex. There is one
Yeah.
Samira game, and actually there's one Urgot game as well. But there's a lot of Vex.
One
and there's
Urgot game. Oh snap!
oh yeah, oh shit. He won the game though. Let's go, Solus. Flexible gamer.
Winning with Urgot, not bad.
Not bad. Okay, I'm going to talk about this right now because we're going to get into the patch notes. And so Spellblade is getting changed, it says in the patch notes. There's a bit of a patch like overview.
great.
We don't know the specifics so far. It's in the reworked category. And if anyone does not know what Spellblade is, any viewers, any listeners, Spellblade is the single. I made it for fun augment tier list this week is of like the most fun augments to see in your shop and in your augment choices at any given point. Built Different 3 was number 1. Second, Spellblade. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna enlighten everyone who has not seen the light so far. So there's a little thing. What Spellblade does, it makes it so that you do I think 50% of your AP on hit with your auto attacks, right? So if you have 200 AP, 20% AP, you do an extra 100 damage before magic resistance and whatnot. And so it applies on hit. It's okay. It's a good augment. It makes your Arcanist do a lot of damage. But when you pair it with an Arcanist spat, think of the possibilities. The best one, I'll spoil it for you, starts with U, ends with Urgot. I guess it ends with
Urgot.
Urgot. So what Spellblade Urgot does, right? I want you to sit back and imagine this, right? You slam your Arcanist spat. Oh, so also Spellblade can crit with JG. So you have IE, JG, Spellblade, Urgot. Sit back, think about it. So what Urgot gets with AP is a longer cast time. He's in his beam mode, his tank mode for longer, right? From experience, when he has 6 Arcanists, he's in that for like 12 seconds at 1 star. He's in it for like 14 to 15 seconds at 2 star. So he ults once. Every single tick of his ult, he autos I think 7 times per second at 2 star. I think it's 5 maybe at 1 star, 7 at 2 star, or I think it's like 12 at 2 star. Is it 7? I think it might be 7, 12. I'm not sure.
Actually,
it's
no.
a lot.
I think 7 is the duration. It's 7.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he autos like 12 times per second. He has like 12 ticks of his auto attack per second when he ults. And so if you have IEJG on an Urgot with 6 Arcanists in, he has 200 AP. All of that is critting, and it's applying 12 times a second. And he ults for like the entire fight. He's ulting for like 14 seconds or whatever at 2 star. He just clears boards faster than any unit I've ever seen clear a board in my fucking life. It's disgusting how much damage he does, because he does so much physical damage and so much magic damage. It takes a Christmas miracle to see an Arcanist spat in Spellblade and an Urgot 2 and an IE and a JG. But if you hit that shit, I guarantee you it is the best comp in the game. 100%.
Wait, what's the BIS on the Spellblade Urgot again?
IEJG.
Wait, I feel like that still loses to my March of Progress board that I played today.
Wait, why JG though? Why JG? Oh,
the autos
It's
can
crit.
The autos can crit.
Yeah, so he does a ton of physical damage as well. So he'll do like he'll do like 30,000 damage a fight. He does so much fucking damage. If you have like any kind of like celestial or any kind of healing thing as well, dude, it's just, I mean, a bramble shuts him down a little bit, admittedly, but he's doing, so let's do the math a little bit, right? Let's say he has 200 AP, He's critting. What is IEJG's crit modifier? It's like 180. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know any numbers in this game. I'm not
It's a
gonna
lot.
lie.
I think let's say it's 180. Or I think 140. No, 150. Let's say it's 150 because I had no fucking clue. So let's say he's doing 300 damage on hit before magic resistance, right? With IEJG. So every single second, he can do like what?
A
Wait,
lot of
that's hard. It's
damage.
a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. You have like a shiv on anyone, lower the magic resistance. He just fucks. Just play it. Try it. If you have the chance, try it. It's fun. I played it once this week. Spread the word. Spread the word. It's
Placement.
probably Shiv IEJG, but it's something. No, he needs the Arcanist spat. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't
do need
work.
Arcanist Fat.
Yeah.
If you don't have Arcanist Fat, good luck.
Yeah, it's also like the single most fun comp in the game to watch. I've been talking about it on the podcast a lot in the last few weeks, which is why I'm gushing so much about it because I actually managed to play it, and it is, oh my god, it's so satisfying to watch him. Just like you have this board full of Arcanists, like they all have a look about them, right? All the Arcanists have like an Arcanisty kind of look about them, and you have this just big old fucking Urgot in the middle of your board, holding a spat. It's like playing like Star Guardian Urgot, you know? It's just like he doesn't fit on the board, and then all of a sudden he's just doing 30,000 damage around this massive Chad Urgot. It's so sick. It's so sick. Just try it. You'll like it. I'm positive. Don't do it without
Wait,
spell.
what about this? All right,
Mm-hmm.
Mutant Svat, Arcanist Svat, Jeweled Gauntlet Urgot with the true damage mutant.
Oh shit! Wait, that sounds insane.
You get in a Kog'Maw, you get in a Malzahar, you get in a Mundo, and like a Kaisa or whatever, and then like 4 more Arcanists, like a
There's only yeah.
like a Vlad, like a Victor, and like another random Arcanist in there.
Yeah. I totally forgot about Twin Shot as well. He played Twin Shot on the board at
You
8.
get twin
And
shots.
like he just ults so much. Or he hits so many times per second. It's actually fucking insane. It's like,
Oh,
oh my god, it's such a nut. Just do it. Chat, just do it. Listeners, just do it. Casper, just do it.
I'm down to try it. Like
You
I'm
should.
excited to get to Spellblade next game and just force Urgot. Wait, what's the board again? Like 6 Arcanist or what?
Yeah, it's just like an Arcanist board, but you have an Urgot. Like you don't need Scholar or something. Or you just drop like Scholar, play Twin Shot instead, and you're big
Wow.
chilling. You're
That's
big
crazy.
chilling.
yeah.
I
I
the
think
game
Spellblade is. Oh yeah, go ahead, Abby.
I'm sorry, I was saying the game I played it. I saw Spellblade on the first stage of the first 1-4. Decided to hard commit, hard force it, and it was like a free top 4. It was the freest top 4 on like a pretty low roll game. So just do it. It's
Okay.
good. It's fun. What were you saying, Kevin?
I was gonna say, I think just Spellblade itself is actually a really good just
I
augment
agree.
in general when you're playing Arcanist. Like it's a lot of damage. It is so much damage, and you know sometimes you're gonna get dropped bow for when you're playing Arcanist, and then you're like, well, this isn't that bad. It's pretty
Yeah.
bad still.
I think
It's not that bad though.
on stage, if you get it offered on 1-4 and you have like a Vex and like Arcanist, like if you're already thinking of playing Arcanist, you have like a good setup for Arcanist. It actually is insanely good stage
Mhm.
2 because they all just do so. If you have 4 Arcanists in, they all do like 200
Yeah, they
damage on
do.
top.
Like
It's
your
insane.
Ziggs will be doing like unitemized like 2k damage, and it's
Yeah,
really insane.
yeah. If you get a Shiv in there as well, it's just so much damage. So. Yeah, don't play without Spellblade. The Urgot thing. Don't do IEJG Arcanist Fat Urgot
Oh my
without Spellblade. That sounds horrible.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
baby.
doesn't like Arcanist Bat give like lots of AP to Urgot itself? So like you will all like infinite? Like
Yeah, he will ult for a long time. I just don't think he'll do any damage.
that's crazy too.
Yeah, he's cool with Arcanist Fat. Like the thing is, Spellblade is such an enabler, and the reason we're talking about Spellblade right now is that, as I said, it is getting reworked in the patch. If they change it so that you can't, so that it doesn't like work on hit like that. If they change it in a way where like Urgot with Arcanist Spat is no longer a viable comp,
That's
I
smoke.
will I will be spoging out of my mind, and I'll still force it just out of spite. Like they changed Spellblade to be like like your spells do extra damage. I'm just gonna still force Urgot with Arcanist Spellblade. Yeah, and I'll complain about Thresh. It's been a while since I complained about Thresh.
It's
I don't
true.
know why. I don't know why it's been a while, but he is still haunting me.
You
Um,
always have Blitzcrank.
he's
And you
Oh
can
yeah,
worry
I
about
don't. I feel
Blitzcrank
like
when
this
people are
is
playing
worse than
Katarina.
Crash. I don't know.
worse than Thresh.
Maybe.
As in like worse for the game, or like I think he's definitely a lot worse than Thresh because
Yeah,
Thresh was
it's,
broken as fuck. Thresh was so dumb. I mean I have talked about why I hate Thresh lots. So what how I think about Thresh and Blitzcrank, right, is that Blitzcrank you can position against. You can just like put your frontliner in the corner. Thresh, you can't do that. You needed some 4 range shitter to take the hook because he doesn't ult instantly, which makes it so much harder. It makes it so much harder. Um, which is yeah, I just dislike Thresh. So
I
and
think the
we can
one
move
thing,
on.
the one thing
Sorry.
right now is there's so many cat players. There are actually a lot of 3-star Blitzcranks
Yeah.
going around, and 3-star Blitzcranks actually just like one shots units sometimes, and it's
Mhm.
sad.
I there's been a lot of times this week. There are a lot of people who force these cat 20 out of 20 players in Challenger who again like don't really think they should be in Challenger. They're just playing cat every game. Who will put their Blitzcrank 2 in like the back corner away from all their sins, and I will just like intentionally let my carry get hooked,
Hey, you
and
put
it
your
just
carry there.
wins me the round because like they're just out of the fight. It's like if you don't have Blitz 3, backlining your Blitzcrank and when you're I should be helping the cat players, but don't backline your Blitzcrank if you're playing if you have a Blitz 2, it just saves the carry. Like it actually just saves the carry. Don't do that. Because once people like I don't know, you get to a degree like to a point where people aren't just like autopiloting positioning against Blitzcrank and are like, oh, if I quarter my Lux against this Blitzcrank, she doesn't die to the Katarina, and the Katarina does get stuck on my Vex with Bramble before she dies, and it's a lot better. So be careful, all you cat forces out there.
No, don't be
For
careful.
two
Don't do that.
reasons. Yeah, for 2 reasons. One, be careful to not put your Blitzcrank in the back row, and two, sleep with one eye open because I'm looking for you, and Kevin and I are coming for you. So.
Exactly. I'm coming to. I went. Oh wait, actually, I didn't tell this story on the podcast. I went 7th yesterday. Right, I was playing Trundle ReRoll, so obviously it should have been a top 4. But I griefed my econ because I held Katarina 3, and I griefed my
what?
board because I played Katarina 3. But I sent the cat player 6th, so it was big win, massive win.
Wait, okay. I gotta. Speaking of griefing, by the way, today I was in a game with Kevin. I was looking for Lux 3. If I hit Lux 3, one, I wouldn't have even beat him because he had a Bramble Cho 3 and I had IEJG. Kevin holds all my Luxes and then feeds it to his Tom. He feeds a Lux 2 to his Tom when I'm rolling down for Lux 3. Kevin, I was watching you like I was watching you roll down like that entire game. I don't know if you noticed, I was on
Yeah.
your board constantly that game. Whenever you had a Lux in your bench, you did a couple times. You like sold a couple Luxes. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't notice. He didn't notice. And then we played each other, and I was like, oh my fucking god, he notices now.
I saw how many Luxes you had. I was like, that's 5?
Yeah, he just
Uh,
I got fourth, and I had to watch him feed his Lux 2 to his Kench. It was so sad. Um,
uh,
yeah, that's friendship right there. That's like
that's
Mario
friendship.
Kart friendship.
You know what they say. The rat life has no. The rat life, no bias.
um, Casper, have you looked at the patch notes thing and the patch preview that Mort put up?
Oh yeah, it's my the second page right now. I'm looking at it right now actually.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm excited though. I'm really excited. I feel like it's good. I hope they show more not all the change of reflected, show more about that. I think like some of the stuff they're missing part like the on guard calculate loss they need to be nerfed. But there are
Mhm.
probably more. I will have to look at like all the armament to see. But I like that what I see so far. And um let me see. The trade link armament, I'm excited about that one. I don't know what it is. So maybe they
I think
Oh, I think it's the one where like the prismatic traits give like 8 gold, and like The normal ones give you like the unit. I think.
I mean, that it better be a good patch. I mean, it looks like lots of change, so I'm definitely excited to play next patch. And yeah,
It's
hopefully like
true.
they will fix everything they need to fix by the B patch. So because this is gonna be a month patch, you know. And yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure why they nerfed Jeans though. That's kind of the only one that give me question. Is Jeans broken still? I don't feel like it's like that broken. Maybe it's just a small nerf.
They have one adjusted right now. It looks like, um, which Jinx, not Jinx.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jeans.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised the Jinx nerf as well.
yeah.
Um, I agree. I don't know
Yeah, I think.
what's
Wait,
going on there exactly. I don't know if I don't know if you're gonna say something about that, Kevin.
I don't think Jinx is like that great. Maybe she'll be
No,
better with the targeting bug fixed. Maybe, but like
hopefully.
Jinx
I
as a carry has never felt like I said, Jinx 2, Trundle 3.
not really a contest. I think
Sometimes
it's
even Jinx 2, Trundle 2.
for any of the people just listening, we'll go over. I guess even the people watching who might not have it pulled up, I'll go over some of like the key, or I guess I'll go over everything because it's not. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but it's pretty easy to go over. So under the buffed list, we have mutant getting buffed. We don't know which mutants. Maybe it's the unit. Maybe it's the trait. I mean, I don't know which traits for mutant are getting buffed, but
I
mutant
don't think
clockworks
any
under
of
there.
them. They're all pretty strong right now.
Onward.
Yeah, even Elderwood seems insane. I was in a game with the Saint. And he was playing an Elderwood board, and I still couldn't kill anything, and it still killed my whole board pretty quickly. So
How do you think they're gonna buff Duets? Like the Bosso
Oh yeah,
Soleil?
I don't
What the
know.
hell?
Like
you
how
want
do
to
you
know?
how do you
I could see them making duet also make the effects like it's like it gives you an extra thing. Yeah, yeah. It like gives you an extra thing, and then like
20%.
adds some extra oomph to each of them, maybe. Although I don't know if it could be a silver augment like that, but I don't think duet is very good as it is. It's like it's such
it's
a
not
I don't know. It's a
like
silver augment, so it doesn't have to be amazing, but it's still really bad. So
I mean, it's bad
yeah.
because the bug right now, but
yeah, yeah. The bug did get patched. Actually, it got
Smash.
hot fixed. But so, anyways, mutant clockwork, trait length augments, which is what we were talking about earlier.
wait, they buff
Duet,
Broken Stopwatch?
broken stopwatch is under the buff list as well, which is interesting. Um,
They changed it to a golden
yeah,
one
it's a
instead of
golden
prismatic.
augment now. It's
Okay,
a
I
golden
do
augment.
think
Oh,
I
okay.
do think broken stopwatch is not a prismatic. That's not a prismatic.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Oh,
agree.
okay, okay. I see, I see.
Item wise, blue buff and frozen heart getting buffed. I'm surprised blue buff's getting buffed.
I'm
I wish
surprised
you.
too. That's a really good item. Blue buff is.
Yeah,
I played a game the other day with like I had 2 blue buffs. I just got dropped 4 tiers, and it was a second. It was crazy. I thought I was going
yeah,
eighth because I had
it's a
2 blue
good
buffs.
item. It's a good item. I mean, they're nerfing. I guess they're nerfing Cat and Vex, so maybe they want to. I mean, not that Cat really want. I mean, Cat can hold blue buff. It's not obviously the best thing on her, but they're nerfing two. They're nerfing a blue buff holder in a unit that like isn't a comp with a blue buff holder. But I don't think it needs yet. I don't think it needs to get buffed.
Yeah.
It's
They're
like
nerfing item
it's
grab
so
bag.
good.
How are they gonna nerf it?
Oh, they are nerfing item grab bag.
I don't know. I'll
Maybe
tell
you
you
don't get the
something
reforger.
though. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe,
That's
huh?
one less reforger.
Oh,
I'll tell you
it's
something though. I had a game today where I had the prismatic item grab bag. It dropped me 2 lockets. Can we talk about how locket hasn't been buffed at all?
Tell me you were playing Exile. Tell me you were playing Exile.
No, I played mercenaries because
Oh,
I
I was
also
going to ask. I just jumped into your stream and saw that two lock. I'm like, wait.
it
Where did
was
those come from?
awful. I was like, what the fuck? How did I get of all of the items? How do you get dropped 2 lockets? Like, okay,
Um,
locket is I only make locket like in one scenario right now, and it's always if I take dominance. I think locket with dominance is broken,
hmm.
and I think locket in any other scenario is the most worthless item in the game.
I think okay. I'll say I think so. In one of my games in the Piltover Cup, I slammed Locket. I did never slammed Locket. This is literally this entire set except for that one game, and it was because I got Knife's Edge 2 on like a 5 melee unit board. In that situation, that Locket feels so fucking good. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
free
yeah, I
straight.
can see
Yeah,
that. I can see that.
that's another situation where it's really good. But in general, Locket is not very good right now. So
Yeah, it's
I
we- that
they
item needs a
were
rework. I feel like
I'd agree with that. Yeah, it's I feel like I don't know what is it about this set. I guess maybe it's just the set design that makes Locket not feel great because it felt really good. Like for example, when Spirit Sharpshooter was a thing at the like at 4.5, Locket felt amazing. It did get nerfed since then, but like I guess there's just no comp that's just a billion like sharpshooters. I think in Challenger I could see Locket being like okay maybe, but
it's like
I don't know.
basically I think it's usable in Sins.
Yeah, maybe it's because the component like Bramble's so good right now that makes it really hard to slam a Locket. I guess.
And it's
It's
like
not enough item. I feel like
mm,
sometimes
Hmm.
like your game is decided by the item drop on roof as well.
mhm.
Like
Mhm.
if you're playing a Canis, you drop like I have the game playing a Canis start, I get all the armament, then I get dropped like 3 sword on the roof.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I just yeah, it's like nothing you can do. Like holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. I had a game of Arcanist today. Like, this is the one that Kevin was in when he fed his Luxes to Tom. I get to wolves. My drop is like Bobo. Like it's
Yeah.
like Bow Rod, and like double Rage Blade. It's just it was a good thing with the bow, like the best thing possible. I guess you have double bow drop off wolves, but it can be so bad if like you get components that are just super grief. So I do hope they bring armory back. That's a
Mm.
personal plea.
Yeah.
Um, but
That's
so
why
also in
Pandora
the
box is so good.
yeah, Pandora feels
Pandora box is so good.
amazing. That is not a silver augment, by the way. That shit should not be a silver augment. It's so good because it
Which
just
one?
guarantees you perfect items. Pandora's.
Yeah,
Oh
perfect
yeah,
item.
Pandora. That thing
Yeah,
is
that is not a silver. That's a gold
Yeah.
augment for sure. Um,
Oh
so
shit.
honestly, I feel like they could switch that. Okay, this is again a little bit off topic, but I think they could switch Pandora's and the salvage one that like, lets you like the items break apart when you sell a unit. I feel like that could be silver and Pandora's could be gold if they want to keep the same like amount of gold and silver, but they could also both be gold. So um yeah, so unit wise, buffed, we have Shaco, Fiora, Ori, Scion, and Kali. What do we think?
I don't know about the Akali buff. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I think Akali is like
It's really, really
so
good. If you
like
2-star it, yeah.
like you know how good 3-star Katarina is? Akali takes a big huge dump over 3-star Katarina. Like it's not even close to power level difference. Like I was playing duos with GB8 and this person had 3-star Jin and Akali just wiped that board just off the face of the universe. Like Akali is really really strong. I don't know why the data would say that like Akali is not doing great.
I could see it being like an Akali one buff.
Mm,
I mean,
Oh.
I don't know. I think Akali one it can be very inconsistent. She is. I mean, she's amazing when you 2-star, but I think she can be a very hard. Like, it's hard to say that a 5 cost is good if you can't stabilize on like the 1-star version and like with a good board on 8 sometimes because it's you can get to Akali too, but you can't do
yeah,
it.
but that's like with Kaisa or like any of the other
Yeah,
I'm
Kaisa
thinking
needs
like
it way
Jing
more than she
like
does. I agree. I agree.
have you ever tried playing Kaisa outside of
Oh yeah,
Challenger? That unit is like so bad. Like
yeah. Akali
you have
definitely
one
doesn't
star
need to be
Kaisa
this.
with like a jewel. You're like, oh yeah, I have Jewel Gauntlet, I have Giant Slayer, Rage Blade. I had Kaisa too, and it was the I feel like I've told this story before, but it was Kaisa two. It was the Adrenal Glands, so it's the Blade Master for the Mutant Augment. I hit this on level 7. I had Jewel Gauntlet, Shojin, and a GS. And I was like, this lady is gonna win me the entire game. I lose every single round after that because she does no damage, and I went 6th.
I did that with a UNA 2 on stage 3 today. On the Academy games, I had UNA 2 with like I had UNA2 with Hodge, Renans, like the bodyguard augment, and a bunch of frontline. I went fifth this game. And I lost every single round on stage 3. The UNA2, like a 2-star Blitz, 2-star Leona. Like, it was, there's some units that are just like Pepe. A lot of the challengers are very Pepe laugh without challenge, like infinite challengers, I feel like.
Yeah, like Fiora. I mean, Fiora is very hit or miss, I think. Sometimes she pops off, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very, very inconsistent, I think.
How much they nerf Fiora? Because I remember PBE Fiora was god, like
She was so good.
Fiora was
yeah, she was so
nuts.
good. I miss that.
Isn't she? I think she's 140 mana now, and she was 100 mana before, and her damage was also higher. So she got nerfed into the ground, which is why she feels like a non-existent unit right now.
Yeah, it's like Fiora 2, or you could play Quinn 1. It's actually a difficult decision.
I honestly think Quinn's always better. Unless you have Enforcer, Quinn is always better. Because Quinn does
Second.
something and Fiora dies. Like Fiora 2, maybe not. It's close if it's Fiora 2. It's Fiora 1, it's not even kind of close, right? Because Quinn is a 2 cost, is so like she's 2 gold and she just wins you fights constantly. Just on her own. So I think the Ori buff is I think it's a mana change. I think she's getting 140 mana instead of 180, which is good, I think she needs to cast. Fiora getting buffed. Oh, yeah, Freshy's on the list. Hopefully they just make her decent.
Yeah. I kind of miss that social life for Challenger Fiora. I saw and play a lot actually. I tried to play a couple games as well. Like,
it's fun. It's definitely fun. I think it's like good for the game for her to be there. It's just like it's difficult in this meta, I think. Fiora sometimes she can be Katarina though. With proper items. Fiora
if she gets on the right unit, she can pop off. Like how her spell works just makes her so hit or miss. Like I was playing Lysandra today. I was playing a game of Chemtech with like basically managing Lysandra. And there was a Fiora, right? The Lysandra's hitting the Fiora. The Fiora ults at the exact right time, makes the Lysandra ult fizzle. She wastes all her mana, and I like get steamrolled because of it. So she can like her spell lets some crazy shit happen, but it's so inconsistent how it works. It's so inconsistent. The Shaco buff's good though. We can get some Sin action without it being the 2 cost. Pog. The Scion buff is interesting. So under the adjusted section is Jin, Galio, Jace, Windfall, Much of Progress. The Scion buff, depending on how Galio changes, I wonder if Clapio is going to be like even more the shit than it already is, because it is already the shit. It feels so good.
I feel like it is good, but like it's kind of risky. It's like because you only want that armor plating. I feel like if you have armor plating though, you can stabilize with Galio 1. And that's what I saw. Other people stream. Like I saw a bunch of people stream in China. Like I saw the Galio 1 clap the 6 challenger Yone. It's like,
really?
It's stabilized. Yeah. You need a Rage Play, Harsh, a Titan, I think. Like these 3 items. Maybe could be IE. But I think Titan is pretty good on Galio. But Galio 1 with armor plating definitely stabilized. The guy was complaining like how Galio is so strong. Yeah.
Armor plating is such a cracked augment. It's such a cracked augment.
It's definitely risky though. Like, you know, if you get armor plating on 1-4.
Oh yeah, you know,
that's like the Spellblade Urgot shit.
Yeah,
you know what I did this week? I took the Imperial. I took the Tyrant augment that like gives your Tyrant all the HP. It's the one that gives you your Tyrant all the HP of everything that died on the board. I just like took it because I was like, I wonder how hard I can force this shit. I didn't see an Imperial unit until like middle of stage 3, and I think I won the game. It's so fucking broken. That augment is so fucking
You
broken.
had makeshift armor and you also had the target dummies.
Yeah, but it's so broken. Wait, this is a different one. This is a different one.
Wait, was it a different one?
Yeah, this is a different game.
Oh, okay. Because I saw that game, and that was like,
that game was insane. Yeah, I had one where I had Yeah, my augments were the Imperial one, makeshift armor, and target dummy. I won the game basically on level 7. I was like, oh, I rolled. The only reason I went to level 8 was because I looked at the HP and I was like, oh shit, the guy has 8 HP. And like, there's one guy left alive. I was like, oh shit, I gotta do something so I can try to get the tuber. That augment is so fucking broken, especially if you have something like target dummy and
Wait,
yeah.
last cadet said Galio got just to what?
Wait,
Is it-
what was the
Yeah, I don't
adjustment
know.
on Galio?
I could, what I could see
I
it
hope
being.
Clapio is still playable, please.
Yeah, what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna take off like the crit thing and just give him a taunt when he lands or something, and just turn him into like a
Oh
full tank.
man, that's
No.
sad.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what I feel like they're gonna do. They're gonna take
What?
power out of his like damage. I
They
mean,
don't want Clapio to be a thing.
I don't think they want Clapio to be a thing. I doubt it.
There's no
Oh, like Dax
way.
said, he got adjusted to not do any damage anymore with items. They only want him to tank. Yeah, okay, that's I can see like that being the thing. Is like it is honestly Clapio is really cool, but it is weird as fuck that he just randomly does extra damage on a crit, isn't it? It's just like it's so random. Like Clapio is cool as hell, but I will admit that it makes no sense how he's designed. It makes absolutely no sense that
It's
like for some reason he just goes every now and then.
Yeah, but it's so cool, you know? Like, holy moly, when you get that Clapio going,
I feel so good.
it's so good.
You know, I said I won a game off Clapio. I actually had a Jinx 2 in the hidden duet spot as well. So
Oh yeah, when I play Capio, I
maybe
use put it on the hidden social slice bar as well.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
like Clapio did a lot, but I had a Clapio 1 and I had a Jinx 2 with like GS and like a couple other items who was kind of doing most of the work.
This duet abuser.
Duet abuser. We can talk about that hotfix in a second here. I just want to go over the nerfs again for anyone who does not have access to this. So Challenger gets nerfed, Innovator gets nerfed, Innovator Heart gets nerfed. Oh, my fire alarm's going off, so don't worry about that for a second. Actually,
Oh no.
I'll just mute myself.
All right, well, I guess we'll carry on without Abby. So what's happening? Innovator Heart, Innovator Soul, Item Grab Bag 1, 2, Featherweight's getting nerfed. Garen, Trundle, Cat, Vex, Jinx for some reason, Victor, understandable. Tarek getting nerfed, also understandable. Echo getting nerfed, also understandable. And those are the nerfs, at least the big ones. I wish they would nerf Talon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
That unit
Talon
is
one Q guarantee a Q unit in stage 2 is crazy.
that unit is
Yeah.
disgusting.
I think the worst part about the cat boards for me is like when I position it away from the cat or something, and then the Talon 2 just kills my 2-star
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah. And you're like, crap.
No, the targeting bot, they need to fix that. They have
Oh,
to
yeah.
fix it.
They have to fix it. If
And
they
the-
don't
the-
fix it, it's gonna be such a bad look for them.
And the bot that the unit doesn't cast, like Lissandra and Katarina, like that shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's critical to like the I think just the health of the game that a bug that is that game breaking because that bug I'm sure more than like any bug has in a long time like changes the placements for people constantly, right? Like you lose fights constantly because of that bug and like there's no like there's a lot of loss of like fight consistency and like fight prediction because who knows when like the Trundle's gonna turn around and kill your Jinx too just because he feels like it.
And the Katarina one tricks are living large, probably 200 extra LP because of the.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's I think they'll fix it. I mean, they know it's a big problem. So they did hotfix one thing today, one big bug, which I think they didn't want us talking about it a lot before, but everyone knew about it. It was like the elephant in the room, the hidden secret. Oh, the open secret. But it was that if you played Socialite, so the duet spot, when you play the augment duet, another Socialite hex pops up on your board, right? And so how it actually worked, unbeknownst in quotation marks, because everyone fucking knew, was that there were that duet spots there no matter what, whether you have the augment or not. You could just find it by moving your units around. You just wait to see one of them turns blue, put it on there, and all of a sudden you have a free augment basically.
Mhm.
So that's one of the reasons why I think Clapio was really good. But that got hotfixed today.
Oh.
but that alone got hotfixed today. So what are the thoughts on that?
Wait,
There's
they
some
fixed a live
conspiracy.
already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
in case,
In
No,
the middle of
in
the game, like
future,
looking for the second
like,
spot.
I think Lissandra is good because like one of the big things is good because of that bug. Like you can find like a easy spot in the first two row. Like I think Lissandra is only good if you put in like first two row. If you put in a back, it's not that good. So
Yeah, I'm glad they hotfixed it. I'm wondering why they hotfixed that over anything else. I guess.
maybe Kasoju, I guess.
Wait, did Soju say anything about
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
it's a little bit weird
Oh,
though, right? Because like
I think the
there are so
targeting bug
many
is more
bugs.
game breaking.
It's a question of like there's I have some conspiracies behind this. Like
Let's hear it.
well, the really easy, straightforward explanation is it's just like maybe something with the code where they don't have to patch it in. They
Hmm.
can just do it live, and they just one of my conspiracy theories is they didn't actually fix it, and they just announced it to make themselves like look better. And the duet spot is actually still in the game, and you can still look for it, but they're like spreading this news so that people don't, and they don't abuse the bug. That's my first
Fucking like flat Earth and
conspiracy.
shit, Kevin.
Well, if you find it, you get banned. So just do
Yeah,
not find
anyone who finds it by
it.
accident just gets
The
karma
bug
instantly.
shows up at your house. You know too much. Or yeah,
Oh my
like
god.
the animation isn't there, but like it's still like the buff still has it's like it's
Yeah,
oh
I could
man.
see. Oh, that could be it. They just disable the animation. I could see it. I could see it. Wait, does anyone know if does the animation still there for the normal socialite hex? Right. That'd be so
Mhm.
funny if they didn't actually like they just like said we fixed this so that no one uses it until they actually get a chance to fix it. Kind of a
Yeah.
hog way to handle it though. If that would be such
Yeah.
a cool way to handle it.
I feel like
Um,
because that was also one that's difficult to check. But like,
mhm.
there's so many like not even just like the targeting bug, like the enforcer bug where like four enforcers is just a useless trait because it doesn't enforce the proper target.
Oh yeah. Does it do that every single time?
I think it does. I think that's
I
why people just never take it.
I was offered Enforcer soul, like the prismatic Enforcer soul on like one
Mhm.
four the game a few games ago when it was like three really shitty things. And I didn't take it because I was like, Kevin told me every single time I see see particularly for Enforcer, I'm like, Kevin told me this shit's broken, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know I don't know like to
Yeah,
what extent it's broken, but I don't want to waste my LP like enforcing a
yeah,
Kog'Maw 1 on like a Jinx 2 board.
yeah. It's just like because I mean that one's also game breaking, right? Like if I get prismatic and I have enforcer soul, socialite soul, and what's another terrible bodyguard soul.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Juiced armor.
I
Juiced
can't
armor.
I have to choose one augment. I have to 50-50 my socialite spot because like I can't take enforcer soul because it's legitimately just a dead augment on
Mhm.
two enforcer. Like meanwhile somebody's out here with like level up, somebody else is out here with like an extra unit because they got a fawn. It's like you
You know
know
what the
mhm.
you know what the worst feeling in the world is when you have to take the socialite one in and then let's say you have AP items. You have to take the socialite one and it's in the third row. And you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
who the fuck do I put it? That's like in the third row, like the
No,
middle of the board.
oh, middle of the board. Oh, actually, that happened to me today with my Twitch game.
Oh
I got
god.
socialite, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so fucked. It was middle of the board, third row, and I
Oh
had
no.
this. I was like, everything else was garbage, by the way, and I was like, oh my god. So I played Twitch reroll. That was my only option. I managed the top four with Twitch reroll, but like, so it's a feels bad sometimes, and I just it's weird though, right? Like that the only like reasonable explanation is that they can do something about the code because like
Yeah. Yeah.
you know I feel like the Enforcer one, for example, that bug. Just thinking about how the implementation would work out, I don't think it would be that much of a hurdle to try to get that one fixed.
Yeah, I mean, that one just seems like a. I mean, I don't code, so I don't want to be a talker when I'm not a knower, you
I
know?
could sometimes, and I still don't think that one would be that difficult. I'm gonna put that one out there.
I we're gonna shift gears a bit, and I want to play a quick game with you guys, Kevin and Casper. Let's reminisce a bit, and maybe tell a horror story. Somebody said in chat, Kevin. Shut the fuck up, Dax. You're an English major. Dax got fucking jammed in chat for anyone listening that's not on Twitch right now. Yeah. Last card actually has been on the stream before, on the podcast before. Just got jammed by Kevin. So
He said, "I'm a coder. I can tell you."
this pants crap. Oh, the game I want to play. So I want to, I want you guys to think long and hard about what the worst choices of augments you had on 1.4 was, or what the worst one you not only worst choices, but the worst one you had to take on 1.4. Kevin looks like maybe he has an idea of what it
No,
was
somebody
already.
linked it, and somebody reminded me in chat about it. So this was legitimately yesterday, where I was forced to play Socialist Kog'Maw.
Socialist Kog'Maw.
Let me see if I can find it. It was Imperial Soul. That was the first one. Grap Soul, Socialite Soul. Those were my three augments on Prismatic 1.4. You know how much your heart sinks when you see some shit like that?
That's the moment where okay, I have a theory by the way, which is why I'm asking this. Casper, do you know what your worst like potential? You have any memory of what your worst situation would have been?
No, what? What's your question? What?
Like, what was the worst like 1.4 augment option? Like, so let's
Oh,
say you had a prismatic like option, like three prismatic options on 1.4. What's the worst one you've had to take, or worst
yeah,
like set
probably
of
the
options you've
one that
had?
Kevin just mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So
Scrap and the what's the other one? The Imperial probably there. There's probably another one.
Imagine
I'm
if you
not
get
sure.
Bodyguard Soul added onto those
it,
two.
Okay, I feel like Bodyguard Heart is actually good. The
It's
Bodyguard Soul,
it's
yeah, it's kind of bad. Yeah, I feel like Full
yeah.
Bodyguard is actually good.
Or
Also,
Bodyguard. I
Bodyguard
actually
Heart
took it today. It wasn't too bad, but
is
like
really
Yeah,
good.
if you don't have to play all four of the actual units, it is good for sure. Like
mm,
the actual like Braum and Leona love the four bodyguard stats. And like Clapia would love it as well.
oh clap, yep.
So the reason I asked is that I feel like one it's obvious to most people that like the worst thing is the souls, but I feel like no matter what happens, whenever I get offered three souls, one of them's socialite. Is that just me? I
Yeah,
feel like
it
there's
does
always
happen a
like it's like the
lot.
out. Yeah, I feel
I
like it's
mean,
always like the out.
you like coin flip the position.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to take it a lot of time, but I wonder if
It's
it's just like coincidence that I feel like every time I'm offered three souls, one of them's always socialite. But
mm,
you think I don't know. Another
I don't
conspiracy
know.
theory, I guess, along with Kevin's, they didn't actually patch it theory.
I can't wait for
um,
that. I can't wait for it to like show pop up. So they actually find the socialite hex, and it is like actually not fixed. That
yeah.
it would go down on like it would be legendary.
Okay. Well, I wanted to talk about one last little thing. We don't have a ton of time left here, but the last thing I want to talk about was the introduction of some I guess like not introduction because they've been there before, but just talk about third party tournaments a little bit. I played in one yesterday. The reason I want to talk about it is I played in one yesterday, and it was really fun. It was really cool to like. It's like a weekly tournament. It's Aegis. I think it's Aegis TFT or something. Um, it's every Thursday, whatever time. But it's like there's a couple. I think there's one other as well tournament that's like a weekly thing happening right now for TFT, and I'm really happy that stuff like that is becoming. I'm sure it's been there but it's definitely not been there in like a super public spotlight, I guess. But it seems to picking up some traction. It's very cool to have third party tournaments. So I guess I just wanted to ask what you guys think about third party tournaments and if you're interested in playing in some at any point or you know, etc.
Well, it depends on how many other people playing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. The one yesterday, for example, had I think it was 128 people. I think there were actually a lot of Latin American representation in it, which was interesting. I like a lot of the Latin American server team, which was cool. But yeah, I think it's really good for the scene. I mean, obviously it's
Mhm.
really good for the scene to have more tournaments, but um honestly, I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say we should do like a Triforce Tactics tournament every every month or week or something, but I probably shouldn't say that on the actual podcast. Now people are gonna expect something if it doesn't go
Oh
through.
snap!
Pretend everyone who just heard that, don't pretend you didn't hear that.
Yeah.
You too, Casper. Pretend you didn't hear that. Not allowed.
Alright.
Just kidding. Um,
That
yeah,
would
I
be
mean,
fun though.
yeah. Would you guys have like interest in something like that? Like, uh, I mean, I don't know if we want to play in it, but like Casper is a top player outside of the actual podcast. Like the 'cause I don't think the host would want to play in it. But would you be interested in something like that if we were to run like a tournament?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as long like it's fun, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems interesting. I mean, right now I don't see anything like that. Like maybe there are like some other one, but I feel like they're not. I haven't seen any like tourney like in any that's popular recently. In like usually they're on like Reddit or something, but I
Hmm.
haven't seen one like recently. Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely a couple floating out there. I think it'd be obviously you'd have to like schedule it around the other ones because I wouldn't want to like step on any toes or anything. But it's so good for the community to have stuff
Yeah,
that's not a Riot
absolutely.
tournament. Not that the Riot tournaments are bad. They're amazing. They're really fun. Every tournament I've been in has been really fun. But it's definitely really nice to just like chill out, do like a low stakes tournament and enjoy like just vibe it. Like, you can vibe with chat. You don't have to like play non DMCA music. You can do what you want. I mean, you're on Twitch, so you have to play non DMCA music in quotation marks. But you
Hmm.
know what I mean. Like they're not gonna no one's gonna get my ass about it. So yeah, and just I guess brainstorming on podcast moments, but don't expect anything. But you never know. Is all I'm gonna say. Don't expect anything, but you never know. Copium.
Yeah,
Uh,
it would
oh,
be
sorry. Go ahead.
fun,
Go
I
ahead.
think. It's like what am I gonna say? I think it if you I think it's really good for like the non super top or
Mhm.
like the big streamer scene because like it gives you something to do, like
Yeah.
gives you something to look
I
forward to, and like we really don't have too many like high profile tournaments. I would
Mm-hmm.
say like you know
yeah.
and it's not that like when you think about like Smash for example, it's like in Smash Brothers, there are super majors and there are majors, and all of these tournaments you can it doesn't matter what your skill level is, right? You can participate in them, or you feel like you can just pay to take part in the tournament. You might lose the first two rounds, but that's what happens in the Smash tournaments. But like for TFT, like the big tourneys are like either invites or you have to have a position on ladder, and
Mm-hmm.
so like not like if you're like a GM or somewhere like that, and you're not like wherever the cutoff is, like 160 right now or something, it's nice to have these types of things. Um, it's I mean, like for top players also, it's if you're not a big streamer, because like for the big streamers, it might not make as much sense for them to do. I'm thinking like, for example, if you're Soju, you probably make
Mhm.
more money from streaming than playing in this
Yeah.
tournament. But like, if you're not a big streamer, then like, it's definitely worth like participating, having something to do, not just playing ladder all the time.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
the reason I brought it up is because I think it was last week or the week before. Someone in chat was talking about how they were going to be playing a tournament soon, and maybe it was the week before last week. and we gave them some advice. They asked some questions about it. It was someone who wouldn't have a chance of playing like one of these like high profile tournaments. Um, and having now experienced one myself, one of these like third party, just like chill vibey kind of tournaments, it is like even without the prize wasn't very large, because it is a small tournament, but it was just fun to do. It was like good. One, it was good stream content, but it was just fun to do. It's fun to like play TFT in a different setting than ladder every now and then, and it definitely I couldn't recommend it more. So to anyone who is interested in tournament play, because I think we've had this like multi-week thing now where we've been talking about like tournament play and like nerves and then how to like what you should do if you want to play in tournament or like you want the atmosphere of a tournament but you can't or aren't qualified for this big stuff. But it's a great thing to do if you're just looking for another way to enjoy the game. And definitely if you're feeling hesitant about it, just send it. It's one because it's good to just put yourself out there, but two, you want to make sure you're supporting the people who are the organizations that are putting on these tournaments because it's really great what they do for the community. So
Yeah.
just PSA, if you're thinking about doing one, just do it. Helps everyone, helps you as well. So
Yeah.
it's fun. Oh yeah. Uh, Kevin, do you know if there were any questions in chat so far?
Oh snap! Questions in chat. I did
Yeah.
remember seeing a couple. Let's see. I'm gonna
I
just
saw. I mean,
control.
this is
Is
a
there
random
any
one,
from
but
Beppo? We can
I don't
control
think.
Beppo's name.
Oh, I found one. I found one from Beppo. Beppo asked the best questions. He said, "Do you folks think that 2020 comps is harder this set?" Oh, that was
Oh, we
basically
did
what we
address
asked.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
address that. That was basically what Casper answered for us.
which is no,
Yeah.
at least for now.
No, yeah, no, at least for now. I think when the game gets more balanced, I could see it getting harder, obviously, right? Because Cat's not in a particularly balanced state at the moment. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Uh, I saw one. It's kind of random, but it's how many Arcanists do you need to make what was it? It was it sounds like a how many Arcanists do you need to screw in a light bulb kind of thing, but how many Arcanists do you need to make Arcspat worth more than Rabadon's? So they're
6 or
six.
4?
Yeah, it's 100 AP on six, right? Compared
Four
to 60.
65. 6 is 100.
Yeah,
Yeah. 6 is 100. Yeah.
yeah, that's quick maths. We have gotten some other questions though. So I was gonna say it's a little bit of a question because they do very different things though. So don't think about Arcanist spat as if it's a Rabadon's. I would say that they're two very different items functionally. So be careful of that. Um, so which tier of augment do you think is the most unbalanced to start? I mean, Casper, do you can take that one if you want. I
Wait,
think we
what's
all
the
made the
question?
answer.
I missed that. I was
Oh no worries.
daydreaming.
Which tier of augment do you think is the most unbalanced to start the game off
Which
with?
tier Armin? I mean, is that even a question?
I know. I think we all have the same
I think
answer.
they're just trying to debate the answer out of you because we all know it.
He's met Armin.
Oh yeah, the big shiny ones that
Yeah.
you get bodyguard soul.
The innovator one, probably maybe the mercenary one is like crazy.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
like you get innovator or
Yeah.
mercenary. It's so crazy. Like
Yeah.
you get those two, or you get imperial soul. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. uh, so we can just end it off as last question. What do you think the ideal state? This is a long one. What do you think the ideal state of set six looks like? Do you think augments make it look different than other sets, i.e., half the lobby playing unique augment specific comps? So basically, the question is, what do you think the ideal like balance of set six is? Do you think comps should need certain augments to function by the end of it? Like, do you think the game should be balanced around like these super high cap augment specific comps, or do you think it's best if like augments are really icing on the cake kind of deal and more flexible? We can start with whoever, if anyone has any
This is a rough
opinions.
one.
Yeah, it is a hard one.
Yeah.
I can start as well. I guess I think personally augments. I see augments as more icing on the cake kind of thing, where like they complement your comp, they help you cap out, and like if you're in a lobby full of a tournament lobby, for example, full of like very strong players who are all going to be playing the game well, capping out their boards well, that like taking a better augment would taking a like pay better augment isn't the thing that like makes your comp broken. It's what makes your comp like just enough better, right? It caps you a little bit more. So I think I prefer augments as kind of like an icing on the cake thing for the most part. While I do think it's cool when there are augments that enable a comp, like Spellblade Urgot, for example, right? I think it's really cool that there's shit like that in the game, and I think there should be shit like that in the game. But I don't think that should be every single thing in the meta kind of deal. So yeah, that's my take. Sheesh.
Ah, ah.
It's like a pretty. I think it's a pretty mild take. The next time I hear about Spellblade Augment, I'm muting Appies, says Dax. Is someone oh, he's a mod, you can't 10-minute him. Unfortunate.
It's all right. He's an English major.
Coding experience, apparently. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's. I mean, do you guys agree with that in general, you think?
I actually don't really have an answer for this one. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a tough question.
Yeah.
It's a very tough question.
Game state is always like hard to talk about. I do think so. I think my like when I came into this set, I had sort of envisioned it as this kind of thing where like you can play your standard comps and you can have an augment that helps you. So basically, if you sort of allow yourself to like lean towards something based off of the augment, you get some kind of like, you get some benefit out of it. If you have more knowledge about the game, it's gonna help. It's gonna benefit you in the long run, and maybe even there's something like stuff like build different, right? Or like these sort of uh, obscure, not obscure in the sense that like you don't come across like more obscure in the sense that they sort of make you adjust the way that you play based off of the augment. But if you can manage to do that, it sort of benefits you a lot.
They reward you have for like, having like altering your fundamentals essentially. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
altering your
yeah,
like
like
full understanding of the game.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
those
not
are cool.
something that you can just do it every game, but it's like if you do think about it and you do sort of really consider this augment in this situation, then you can benefit off of it a lot. I think it's nice to have that. I think they shouldn't be over centralizing or like things like
Mhm.
what are some possibilities like March, for example. The way March is right now, if you get it on second tier, it's really busted, but
Yeah.
if
It's
it's
prismatic now, by the way.
it's a
They nerfed
prismatic,
it.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
adjustment. So like if you can understand, like if it's not busted like that, if you can just understand how to play around it, you can understand, for example, maybe you get protector spat and you decide to play protector spat Kog'Maw. Some people are not going to think about that, right? Some people won't decide to do that because they don't have the knowledge, they're not used to it, so they won't understand what the value is there. They don't take the augment, they lose out, right? uh, Overall, because they don't understand that that's something that you can do. I think like stuff like that is really nice for there to be in the game.
Mhm.
um it's just like, yeah, it's hard to
Yeah.
really say,
Yeah. I think
it
it's
shouldn't be like just take it because it's busted, like
mhm.
just take on guard because it's busted, or like
Yeah, exactly. Like that can't be the over centralizing part of the meta, right? To say like this, like to have the very specific augments be so broken that like that's what you do because it's just broken. That can't definitely can't be the. I think it has to be complementary for the most part. Like it can give you direction, but like the first one I think can give you direction, and the other ones should generally be complementary. Um, so hell yeah,
Mhm.
I like augments. They're cool. They're
Yeah, they're
fun.
cool. Just don't give me Imperial Soul, Scrap Soul, Socialite Soul as my first two prismatics, or
Yeah,
as
I
my first
agree.
prismatic is, or draw me two lockets on my. Please change locket. That item sucks. I hate it.
They certainly have some room for growing and then concept and then execution augments, but I think they are PogChamp as fuck,
Hmm.
essentially. To put it lightly, I love them. I love them.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire recently, and it really does feel reminiscent of it to a degree. Of getting relics and stuff. I want to, I get into a game instead of Spire now. I get a bad relic. I'm like, I want to FF. I just want to FF, but I can't FF because I technically can, but I don't lose LP, which is nice. But I feel like I'm on principle now. I can't because it feels like TFT, which is helping me get better instead of Spire. So it really bleeds over essentially.
Mhm.
I really want to see like new com, like next patch revival, like Syra carry,
Hmm.
like all these like new champion that you never itemize. You try to itemize some new champion.
I
That'd be
Yeah,
mean,
for
fun.
sure.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that opens up when there's not a Katarina Forcer in every single lobby. Because like I was telling Orphelia about this today. Like you can't afford to play Zyra carry right now. Like you
Yeah,
cannot
I know. Yeah, you
play
can. You
Zyra
can.
carry. Like you can't even hope to
Mhm.
hit like top 5, like in terms of placements. Because you run into Katarina, what is Zyra gonna do?
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
it's nothing.
just ult the Blitzcrank and the Leona on the far backside or something. Like she's not gonna do anything to that board. Or like
Yeah,
Trundle's gonna walk up, ignore the Zyra CC, and since it's all frontline, everything is sort of staggered. So like the Zyra ult isn't even
yeah,
that much value. It's stuff like that. Like right now, I think a lot of stuff is unplayable in the current meta just because some things are very very over centralizing.
yeah.
True.
I think going off what Casper said about wanting all this new stuff to be playable, I think one of the coolest parts about augments is that they give so many more avenues to make weird comps playable, weird units playable, right? Like they open up like these potential high roll situations where all of a sudden you got I'm gonna keep going back to it. You got Spellblade, so all of a sudden Spellblader got playable.
You
They
just
kept
got
like
you've just been muted by last card X.
I know. F. For example, the Scholar one, right? It gives you 5 AP per win. That can, in a perfect world, there's an element like that can open up a path for Zyra carry. You
Or
have a
if you
Zyra on one
know
four.
that pirate augment is busted if you can get it on creeps. Actually, can you even get it round 1 anymore? Like
I
what
don't
can you get it on
know.
1-4?
I think you can't. I don't know. I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in forever. Every game I just pray that I can find pirate augment on 1-4 and it never pops up, so I just assume that they probably changed when you can get but
Oh,
I
I saw
really
that. I think I saw that.
Hmm.
You're still
You
there.
But
can? You still
Wait, you
can?
can't? What? Yeah, you
Okay,
can. You can.
so
Oh.
knowledge drop for those that don't know. Pirate augment, you can farm gold off of creeps. So
it's really good.
it's
Do it.
it's broken
Yeah.
on 1-4. If you have like an
Unless
Alawi,
you
you play
low
double Alawi.
roll. If you
Yeah,
low roll and don't get the gold, it feels so bad.
I don't feel like that almond is really good. I feel like it's like yeah, you can farm some gold in neutral, but can you kill any unit in an actual fight?
It can be hard.
I
that
don't
one's
know.
that one's
Yeah,
difficult
it
too.
can be
But
it
if
can
you
be
if
tough.
you play it with like MF carry, you get a lot of gold, like a
Oh,
lot
like
of
early
gold.
Yeah.
MNF, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
Getting
Uh,
back to the augment thing though, I think again, I think the coolest part about augments is that, and I guess my ideal uh, world for augments is that they can be the icing on the cake. They can be the thing that enables a comp. They can be the thing that enables specific carries, right? Which is they really do open up a huge window of opportunity to make every unit in the game a potential carry. Which doesn't have to be every unit in the game, right? You don't need to make a Lowy a potential carry, but like these weird units like Zyra and whatnot that traditionally don't have enough resources offered to like the items. Items like putting the best items on them and putting the best comp around them like doesn't necessarily equate to enough to match meta comps. Giving like having an augment exist that pushes that one step further and like makes that viable potentially is really cool. Um,
mhm.
and that's one of the big things that like big like fun things that augments can open up. So I'm excited for the future of augments. I'm
Yeah,
so excited.
I'm
I'm
excited.
feeling woke jet.
I just hope they got it down. That they can get all of these bugs out of the way. They can get all this balance. Well, the balance is probably always going to be a little bit off. It's very difficult to balance this stuff, but like you
Yeah.
know, some of the stuff is can be dealt with, like the targeting. Well, it's not that easy to deal with, but it needs to be dealt with.
hmm There's hope. There's
Oops,
a lot
I
of hope.
actually unplugged my
Hopium.
headphones.
5 more days copium. Only 5
Yeah,
more days.
there's a lot of hopium running around, I think.
Yeah. 5
So
more days.
I think on that note, we will be calling the podcast here. Casper,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us. You've been a great guest.
Yeah. Thanks for
Fuck
having
yeah.
me. It's fun.
Of course. Kevin,
Learn
thank you
a
for being a
lot.
great co-host. As always.
Great episode as always. Oh, real quick PSA. If there's anybody from Riot watching this, you should nerf Trundle 2 as well as Trundle 3 because I saw the
Also-
numbers and I was only a Trundle 3 nerf. Nerf Trundle 2 too.
Nerf Thresh. Fuck Thresh.
And nerf Thresh.
Yeah. Thank you to Droshy's Trombone. Just kidding. Fuck Droshy's Trombone.
Oh,
Just kidding. Neutral feelings towards Droshy's Trombone. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Chat, anyone who's listening, Casper, Kevin, everyone have a great night, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
All right,
peace.
peace.